Hello guys, and today we're going to be installing one of our skull patterns on this SUV window. The first step that is very important is we're going to scrub this window with some alcohol, making sure that there is no wax or contaminants that are left behind that could interfere with this sticker sticking to the window. Once the window is clean, we're going to line this thing up in the general position, just first making sure that it is going to cover the entire area that we're wanting it to cover, and then we're going to tape it up. I'm using 3 pieces of tape, one at the top, one at the bottom, directly in the center, and then one off to the side. Once we're happy with that, everything is covered and that is anchored good, we're going to start by removing the decal on one half of it and just laying it back over on top of itself so we can trim away the backing paper with some scissors. It's beneficial to keep the scissors in your pocket when you get to this step, just so you don't have to lay it back down and try to find a set. Once that's trimmed off, we're going to go stretching to the edge, making sure there is no giant wrinkles, basically just lining up in the same spot that it was to begin with. Once we're happy with that, we're going to take our squeegee and we're going to apply some good pressure right here in the center of this graphic. This is going to act as our center hinge. This way we can remove our tape and we're positive that this graphic is not going to move around. This way we can give some tension on the other areas and we don't got to risk it falling off. I'm going to work on the right side here. And kind of the same thing, I'm just going to remove that backing paper and I'm going to hold a little bit of tension out on this side here. This way we can keep it nice and smooth. We have pressure sensitive adhesive on this, so this means you can actually pick up this decal and set it back down. And what that actually means is this decal isn't that sticky until there is pressure, so we want to make sure when we start squeegeeing that we are giving good pressure to activate that adhesive. You'll notice here too, as I zoom in, we're overlapping or squeegeeing, and this avoids the risk of any giant bubbles that we wouldn't be able to get out. I'm just going to work the rest of this graphic over on the left side here, just getting the majority of it laid down, keeping everything nice and smooth as we move across to the edges. On the right side, you'll notice that I actually didn't go completely to the edge because we have some tension, because this is a little bit of a recessed area. So I'm going to fix this by I'm just going to lift up on the vinyl, relax it in my hand, and this way I can feed it into the edge of that glass there with my squeegee. We want to keep that vinyl nice and relaxed with no stretch if we don't have to at this point. And then again, we just want to squeegee, 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 making sure that we can activate that adhesive as much as we can. I'm going to trim off some of this extra here too. One, it helps get it out of the way so we don't got to worry about it later, but also we can use this on another part of the vehicle or another piece of glass if we would want to later. When we get into the trimming process, I'm using the edge of the glass here, and I'm just using just the very end of this blade here as I'm running around the parameter of it. You want to be careful not to touch any gaskets or paint that are underlying this. Slow and steady wins the race. This is the part that can make this look like a really nice job or a really bad job. Once we finish up trimming the rest of the graphic out, we're going to want to start by removing all of the extra. And this way it gives us a good idea of making sure that everything is laid down in one final pass then with the squeegee. When we get to removing the transfer paper, I like to find an area that there is no vinyl underneath of it. It makes it a little bit easier to get it started, and you don't got to worry about the risk of damaging the vinyl. When we do get it started, we want to lay this completely flat on itself. You'll notice that it is pressed completely flat, and just a slow, steady pull helps to make sure that everything is staying behind. And this also gives us a great time so that we can visually inspect as we're pulling this off to make sure that there's no stickers that are lifting up with it. As long as we clean the window with alcohol and we prep it correctly, everything should be staying. If it doesn't, we can take our squeegee and we can apply some more pressure to kind of force those vinyl pieces to stay back down. After that, this is all done, and now you can enjoy your new decal.